20 scariest things that fell from the sky. From strange creatures to aviation disasters, to a woman who survived a meteor strike. Let's find out. At number 1 is a story that turned aviation fears into reality. On a calm Saturday afternoon in Broomfield, Colorado, residents of Commons Park and nearby neighborhoods witnessed airplane parts falling from the sky. United Airlines Flight 328, a Boeing 777 bound for Honolulu, had just taken off from Denver International Airport when its right engine failed catastrophically. Debris, including engine cowling and fan blades, some weighing hundreds of pounds, fell across homes, yards, and public spaces. A large nacelle ring landed in a front yard. Another piece crashed through a roof. Residents described the sound as like a freight train or an explosion. Mass casualties were narrowly avoided. The debris fell during a busy afternoon when families were outside. All 231 passengers and 10 crew members landed safely. Still, the randomness and severity of the incident left lasting anxiety. Experts say aircraft debris incidents occur more often than reported, usually over unpopulated areas. Flight 328 was a rare reminder that even modern aircraft can fail, and the skies above are never entirely risk-free. In 1954, Anne Elizabeth Hodges was napping on her couch in Sylacauga, Alabama, when she became the first confirmed person to be struck by a meteorite and survive. The space rock had traveled for millions of years before crashing through her roof at over 200 miles per hour. It bounced off a radio console and struck her left hip, leaving a large bruise and damaging her ceiling and furniture. Such an event is incredibly rare. Scientists estimate the odds of being struck by a meteorite are less than 1 in a million, making it far less likely than being struck by lightning. Each year in Yoro, Honduras, a rare phenomenon known as lluvia de peces, or rain of fish, occurs between May and July during strong storms. Locals report collecting hundreds to thousands of small silver freshwater fish from streets and fields after heavy rainfall. The fish are usually alive or freshly dead and not commonly found in nearby rivers. For many residents, this annual event is seen as a divine blessing, offering free food in a region with limited resources. The cause remains uncertain. Some scientists believe the fish may be flushed from underground water sources during flooding. Others have suggested waterspouts could lift fish from distant bodies of water, though the Caribbean Sea is over 200 kilometers away, making that theory unlikely. Despite scientific expeditions and media coverage, no definitive natural explanation has been confirmed. While storms are documented, fish have rarely been seen falling mid-air. Tied deeply to local tradition and faith, the rain of fish continues to puzzle researchers and draw global curiosity. Nothing prepares you for the shock of seeing rain fall in deep red streaks. In Guangdong Province, China, residents in Guangzhou reported an unusual weather event resembling red-colored rain, raising concerns across the city. As the reddish water fell, some feared it was caused by pollution or chemical contamination. Puddles and runoff turned red in certain areas, triggering emergency calls and speculation about health risks. While there was no large-scale panic, the sight left many residents uneasy. Scientists later concluded that the phenomenon was likely caused by airborne dust or algae spores, a known cause of blood rain seen in various parts of the world. These events happen when winds carry dust or microorganisms into the atmosphere, mixing with rain and giving it a red hue. Though not harmful, the effect is visually unsettling. Similar cases have been recorded in India, Sri Lanka, and Spain, often linked to Saharan dust or rare microbial blooms. While the science is well understood, the eerie look of red rain continues to cause alarm and fascination whenever it appears. One of the most unusual pieces of alleged footage involving a figure falling from the sky surfaced in 2015. The same year, NASA announced the discovery of Kepler 452b, an Earth-like planet about 1,400 light-years away. The video shows a humanoid figure lying face down in an abandoned area, and its timing sparked speculation among conspiracy theorists. The figure appeared to resemble an elderly woman in flowing white garments with large wing-like appendages. Some claimed the wings looked organic, as if she had fallen from above. Her face was partially obscured and described as unnaturally aged. Witnesses reported a sudden drop in temperature and faint sounds like singing or whispers. Authorities were allegedly called, but by the time they arrived, the figure had vanished, leaving only an indentation in the ground. Some linked the event to the Kepler 452 billion discovery, speculating about interdimensional beings or angelic entities. The footage, captured before deepfake technology became widespread, has led some to argue it's difficult to dismiss as a hoax. There is no credible evidence verifying the event or video, but it remains widely circulated as a mysterious and eerie example of unexplained content linked to cosmic phenomena. In January 2018, residents of Fazilpur Badli, a village in Haryana, India, were startled by a loud crash outside their homes. They discovered a large block of blue ice that had fallen from the sky. Initially, the villagers were curious and even excited. Some believed it was a divine sign or of extraterrestrial origin. Several people took pieces home, storing them in refrigerators to show officials or scientists. But the truth was far from miraculous. India's Directorate General of Civil Aviation confirmed the substance was frozen human waste that had leaked from an aircraft lavatory. The blue color came from chemical disinfectants mixed with waste that froze at high altitude before falling. After learning what it was, many villagers sought medical attention, and those who had stored it with food discarded their supplies. The event sparked renewed demands for stricter oversight of aircraft waste disposal. Despite regulations, blue ice incidents continue to occur globally. Enjoyed the video? Before we continue, don't forget to ring the bell, share it with your friends, and hit that subscribe button if you haven't yet. It truly helps me out, and I promise to bring you even more awesome content. On March 3, 1876, something fell from the sky in Bath County, Kentucky, that continues to puzzle researchers. Chunks of fresh red meat reportedly rained down from a clear sky, covering Mrs. Alan Crouch's farm with what appeared to be pieces of beef, lamb, or other flesh. Mrs. Crouch was cleaning her porch when the event began. She described it as butcher scraps falling from above, with pieces ranging from tiny bits to chunks as large as a human hand. The meat was fresh, warm, and bloody when it hit the ground. Shocked locals tried to identify the meat by taste. Some claimed it resembled beef, others thought it was venison or mutton. That people sampled meat that fell from the sky shows how strange and compelling the incident was. Scientists have offered theories, including vomiting vultures and atmospheric anomalies, but none fully explain the volume and distribution of the meat. The event was witnessed by multiple people and widely reported, making it one of the best documented cases of organic material falling from the sky. In December 2020, multiple witnesses across Oahu, Hawaii, reported seeing a bright blue object streak across the night sky before descending into the ocean. It didn't behave like a typical meteor or space debris, raising questions that remain unanswered. Several people recorded video of the object showing a vivid blue light moving steadily before dipping toward the water. Unlike meteors, which usually disintegrate quickly, this object stayed visible for an extended time, leading to speculation that it may have been controlled. Despite numerous 911 calls and footage, the Federal Aviation Administration reported no missing aircraft. The Coast Guard searched the area but found no wreckage or evidence of an impact. Some residents claimed to see a lingering blue glow beneath the ocean surface after the object disappeared. Though officials did not confirm this, no additional information has been released. The incident remains unexplained. In a time when most aerial activity is tracked, the appearance and disappearance of a large glowing object without official identification has left many puzzled. The blue UFO over Oahu remains one of the most discussed unexplained sightings in recent memory. Sometimes the most unsettling things tied to the sky aren't objects, but images that defy explanation. One controversial photograph shows what appears to be a half-human, half-pig creature lying face down, while dozens of winged figures descend from the sky, resembling angels or demons. The creature has a man's body and a pig's head, lying in an unnatural position, as if it had fallen from above. Behind it, the winged figures fall in a formation reminiscent of biblical depictions of Lucifer's fall. The image has fueled debate over its authenticity. Skeptics believe it's part of an art project, a film set, or a digitally altered creation, while believers argue it shows consistent lighting and may predate modern editing tools. Adding to the intrigue is the legend of the Pigman, rooted in American folklore from the 19th century. Some stories claim a scientist experimented with pig DNA, resulting in a creature that lost its humanity. While there is no scientific evidence for the creature's existence, the photograph, whether real or fabricated, continues to provoke fascination and unease. If you came across this photograph yourself, would you think it's proof of something supernatural or just an elaborate hoax? Let me know which side you're on in the comments. In 2020, massive desert locust swarms swept across East Africa, resembling scenes from the Book of Exodus. These infestations darkened the skies and devastated crops, adding to the global hardship already caused by the COVID-19 pandemic. Countries like Kenya, Somalia, and Ethiopia were hit hardest, as billions of locusts stripped fields bare. The swarms moved like black clouds, consuming vegetation at an alarming rate. Though not intelligent, the locusts exhibited synchronized movement guided by environmental signals. Farmers described the sound of their wings as deafening, like a freight train or tornado audible from miles away. A single swarm can contain billions of insects and devour the same amount of food as 35,000 people per day. At their peak, some swarms covered hundreds of square kilometers. Alongside crop destruction, many locals experienced severe psychological stress and a sense of helplessness. Despite efforts involving aerial spraying, ground teams and drones, control measures often fell short. The event highlighted how vulnerable human systems remain in the face of large-scale natural disruptions. Returning to a parked car to find it overrun by sea slaters may sound unbelievable, but one such incident was reported near the Cape of Good Hope, South Africa. A visiting family found their vehicle swarmed by these prehistoric-looking marine isopods, covering the hood, roof, and even the interior. Sea slaters, or Ligia species, resemble large woodlice and typically inhabit rocky coastal areas. They prefer moist environments and are usually shy, but for unknown reasons, a large group gathered on the car, creating a chorus of clicking and scraping sounds against the metal and glass. The slaters didn't flee when approached. Some speculated the car's heat, salt residue, or electromagnetic fields may have attracted them. Experts note that while marine invertebrates can act unpredictably when disoriented, such inland mass gatherings are extremely rare. The family contacted local authorities, and the removal took several hours. The slaters caused significant cosmetic damage to the vehicle. Though no formal investigation followed, the event remains a striking example of marine life interacting unexpectedly with human structures. Driving down a quiet country road, the last thing anyone expects is to see baby chicks scattered across the pavement. But that's exactly what happened when a transport truck carrying thousands of live chicks overturned, releasing the animals onto the road and the surrounding area. The unusual sight left drivers stunned. While some described it as surreal or even oddly graceful, many chicks appeared to land on their feet and wander away. The scene raised serious concerns. Though many survived due to their small size and light weight, others were injured or lost in the chaos. The road was soon filled with emergency responders working to gather the scattered birds from streets, ditches, and nearby yards. The incident highlighted ongoing issues with animal transportation safety, especially when involving fragile or young livestock. For those who witnessed it, the image of hundreds of tiny birds loose on the highway was both unforgettable and troubling, a reminder that these are living beings, not just cargo. While the East African locust swarms were devastating, reports from southern Russia in 2015 and 2021 were also deeply unsettling. Viral videos showed dense clouds of locusts descending over regions like Dagestan, with some swarms so large they appeared to darken the sky, causing panic among residents. Witnesses compared the deafening sound to industrial machinery or a helicopter. Though locusts lack true intelligence, their highly coordinated swarm behavior, driven by pheromones and environmental cues, made their movements seem strategic. Farmers reported entire fields being stripped bare, likening the destruction to a planned invasion. The psychological toll was severe. Some children refused to go outside, and many adults reported anxiety as the insects overtook their land. Crop losses were substantial, but the emotional distress was just as lasting. Locust swarms have long been linked to biblical and Quranic plagues, and their return in modern times highlights nature's enduring power. A typical swarm can consume food for 10 elephants or 2,500 people in a single day. Though smaller than those in East Africa, the Russian swarms were still capable of crippling local agriculture. If a swarm like this descended on your town, what do you think would scare you more, the destruction to crops or the sheer sound and sight of it? Let's hear your thoughts. Off the coast of Spain, a fisherman reportedly captured video that some believe is strong evidence of unidentified aerial phenomena. The footage shows a high-speed chase between military jets and a disc-shaped object, which ultimately crashes into the ocean. The video begins with the sound of jets pursuing a fast-moving metallic craft. The object performs rapid accelerations, sudden stops, and sharp turns, maneuvers beyond known human technology. Adding to the mystery, the fisherman claims military helicopters arrived within minutes to conduct what appeared to be a recovery operation. Voices in the video reportedly issue evacuation orders, and the fisherman reacts in clear shock. The controversy deepened afterward. Despite multiple witness claims and video evidence, no official statement was released. Military sources denied involvement, and the media did not report the event. The fisherman later said he was urged by unidentified personnel to delete the footage, which he eventually released online. Though no independent verification has confirmed the incident's authenticity, the story remains popular in UFO communities, fueling ongoing debate about government secrecy and the true nature of unexplained aerial encounters. In November 2021, drivers on Interstate 5 near Carlsbad, California, were stunned when a Brinks armored truck accidentally spilled bags of cash, including $20 bills, across the freeway after a rear door malfunctioned. As money was scattered over the road, drivers stopped, pulled over, and ran across lanes to grab bills. Traffic quickly came to a halt, creating a dangerous situation as people abandoned their vehicles in active lanes. The California Highway Patrol and the FBI responded. Although no major injuries occurred, officials reminded the public that taking the money was considered theft. Several individuals were arrested after social media videos showed them collecting cash and celebrating. Others were asked to return the money to avoid charges. The incident went viral but highlighted serious safety risks and legal consequences. Authorities emphasized that no matter how tempting a windfall may seem, taking found money from such incidents is illegal and potentially dangerous. On April 24, 1967, Soviet cosmonaut Vladimir Komarov became the first person to lose his life during a spaceflight when his Soyuz 1 spacecraft experienced serious malfunctions, including a parachute failure during re-entry. Despite the critical situation, Komarov reportedly remained calm and continued transmitting data until the mission's end. The impact was severe and caused significant damage to the landing site. Soviet authorities initially withheld details, but more information became known over time. Unverified reports, including alleged CIA intercepts, suggest Komarov expressed distress in his final moments, although no confirmed audio recordings exist. The spacecraft had many known issues, likely fewer than 200, yet the launch proceeded due to political pressure. Komarov is believed to have accepted the mission despite the risks, possibly to protect his backup pilot and close friend, Yuri Gagarin, from flying instead. His sacrifice is remembered as a significant moment in space history. In 1994, residents of Oakville, Washington, experienced a bizarre and still unexplained phenomenon. Instead of normal rain, translucent jelly-like blobs reportedly fell from the sky. It wasn't a one-time event. This strange precipitation occurred 6 times over 3 weeks, coating surfaces with a sticky substance no one could explain. Police officer David Lacey, on patrol during the first incident, noticed his windshield wipers smeared the material rather than clearing it. When he stepped out, he found his car covered in the blobs, which some said appeared to move slightly. Soon after, dozens of residents and animals became ill with symptoms like nausea, dizziness, and breathing problems. Some were hospitalized, and several pets reportedly died. A local lab claimed to find white blood cells in the substance, but this has never been confirmed by peer-reviewed research. The blobs were never conclusively identified. Theories include aerial jellyfish, military chaff, waste from aircraft despite FAA rules prohibiting mid-air dumping, and even biological testing. The mystery remains unsolved. Do you think the Oakville blobs were part of a government experiment, or was it something even stranger? Drop your theory in the comments. In March 2018, a Nimbus Airlines Antonov and 12 cargo plane lost part of its cargo during takeoff. The aircraft was transporting over 9 tons of precious metals, including gold, platinum, and diamonds, from a mining company in the region. Due to a cargo hatch malfunction, metal bars reportedly fell onto the runway and surrounding areas. Witnesses described seeing gold bars scattered across the tarmac, and some footage showed metal strewn across the snow-covered airfield. Security forces quickly secured the scene. According to official statements, all the cargo was recovered, though unverified accounts claim some individuals may have attempted to take bars before authorities arrived. What makes this incident especially alarming is how close it came to causing a disaster. If the cargo had fallen over a populated area or during a flight over the city, the heavy metal bars, each weighing several kilograms, could have caused serious injuries or fatalities. The incident highlights the importance of proper cargo handling and the potential risks posed by aviation equipment failures. Speaking of things from space, imagine walking through the African wilderness and coming across what looks like a massive rock, only to discover you're standing on the largest known intact meteorite on Earth. This is exactly what happened in Namibia, where a farmer discovered the Hoba Meteorite, which weighs an estimated 60 tons. The meteorite traveled through space for millions of years before entering Earth's atmosphere. Yet, unlike most impact events, it left no significant crater. Scientists believe this is because it struck the Earth at a relatively low velocity and a shallow angle, allowing it to remain largely intact on the surface. The Hoba meteorite is composed mostly of iron and nickel and has never been moved from the site where it landed. Some visitors report an unusual acoustic effect, an echo when speaking near or on it, but the meteorite is solid, not hollow. Scientists continue to study its physical properties, though most of its basic characteristics are well understood today. Still, its preservation and condition make it one of the most fascinating meteorites ever found. On a quiet morning in Maharashtra, India, villagers woke up to find a massive 90-pound metallic ring that had appeared overnight in their fields. No one heard it fall. It was just there, sitting in the middle of nowhere like some kind of alien artifact. The ring was perfectly circular, about 10 feet across, and made of metal that no one could immediately identify. Local authorities were baffled. Some villagers were convinced it was a message from extraterrestrial beings, while others feared it might be some kind of weapon. The mysterious object sparked wild theories across social media, with people suggesting everything from alien communication devices to interdimensional portals. When experts from the Indian Space Research Organization analyzed the ring, they discovered it was likely part of a Chinese Long March rocket, specifically, debris from a launch stage that had survived re-entry into Earth's atmosphere. The fact that such a large piece of space debris could fall to Earth without warning is alarming. It raises questions about what else might be falling from space unnoticed. From blood rain in China to airplane parts crashing through suburban rooftops, from mysterious angels falling to Earth to biblical swarms of locusts, we've witnessed how the sky above us can transform from a source of wonder into something truly terrifying. These 20 incredible stories prove that reality is often far stranger and more frightening than anything we could imagine. Which of these stories shocked you the most? Have you ever witnessed something strange falling from the sky? Share your experiences in the comments below, because I read every single one, and some of the best stories come from you, my viewers. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell, because next week I'm revealing even more disturbing mysteries that will keep you awake at night. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for being with us. Leave a comment, like to show your support, and remember to hit that subscribe button for more exciting videos. See you next time.